Hey, and welcome to another episode of the Marco Podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode. It's that time again, back to school. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to stay organized with all the hustle and bustle of heading back to school. All right, so some of y'all may have already sent your kids back to school. Some of y'all may be preparing to send your kids back to school. I know my son starts back tomorrow. So we're just trying to get back into the swing of things and everything. And one thing that I can say that helps with organizing is to get the stuff out at night. And I may have briefly touched on this a little bit, but prepare your stuff at night. And if you're really bold or if you're like really a pro, prepare everything for the week. And so what I mean by prepare the stuff at night, prepare everything for the week. So growing up, it used to drive me crazy because my mom would like make me get my clothes out each night before school. And if you listen to the episode of Hot Topics where I was a guest on it on Wednesday, you probably like briefly heard about this. But my mom would make me get my stuff out each night before school to make sure that it was already ready and prepared and ready to go. And not only that, on top of that, my mom used to make me iron all my stuff at one time. So as soon as stuff came out of the dryer, she would put it in a laundry basket. I'd have to like sit down, pop a movie in, and I'd have to iron all my clothes up. So my clothes were already ironed. I didn't have to worry about that. But on Sunday nights, she would have me line up all my clothes for the week so that they were just ready to go. I hated it growing up, but it actually was like a time saver because I didn't have to get up in the morning trying to figure out what it was that I was going to wear. And so I was super excited when I went to college because I was like, oh, okay, I don't have to do this anymore. And then my sophomore year, my roommate, who's still my best friend to this day, on Sunday night, she'd be like, did you get your clothes out for the week? And I'm looking at her like, seriously? Did my mama call you and ask you to make sure that I had my clothes out because I don't feel like getting my clothes out? She's like, no, we need to get our clothes out for the week and we also need to iron them because we're not going out there wrinkled. And I was like, oh my gosh, you have got to be kidding me. But now being older and being a mom, so we were really, really good at it when our son was a baby with like getting his clothes out for the week and having all of his stuff lined up. As he's gotten a little bit older, we have gotten like a smidge slack with like making sure the clothes are out for the week because we used to get everybody's clothes out. So Sunday was our prep day. So Sunday we would meal prep and we would also clothes prep because I long ago stopped ironing all of the clothes once they came out the dryer. I would just hang them up. Sometimes I don't do that. We'll talk about that on another episode though. But Sunday was our prep day, so and be ready and be out the door. We've gotten a little bit a ways from that now, but it's super helpful, y'all. It's really, really helpful to go ahead, even if you don't do it for the whole week, because that is a bit much. And I understand you don't want to take 2-3 hours out of your Sunday trying to get clothes ironed and meal prepping and stuff like that. If you do, hey, kudos to you, awesome. I was over that life. It took way too much time out of my day, and I really just wanted to take my Sunday afternoon nap or maybe watch some Sunday football. But at least do it each night before. So each night before, just go ahead and get the clothes out. And even on Sundays, so another thing that we do, even on Sundays, if we don't iron the clothes, we'll go ahead and pull them out so that we know what he at least is going to wear for the week. My husband is super easy because he has to wear a work shirt to work. So we know that he's going to be wearing one of his work shirts for work. I'm usually super easy because I usually just throw on like leggings and a shirt. But we don't want to send our son out wrinkled and looking like he just rolled out of bed. So we'll pick his clothes out, and then the night before we'll iron his clothes and we'll lay them out on the ironing board. Book bag is already packed the night before, so when he comes in the evening time, we come home, he gets his snack, and while he's getting his snack, and whoever picked him up at the time, while he's getting his snack and we're prepping dinner, we're also like looking through his folder at school to see what needs to be signed, looking to see what his homework is if he didn't get a chance to do his homework in after school. So we're looking to see what the homework is. We're getting the homework out. We're having him do his homework. We're signing folders, and then we're putting all that stuff back in the book bag. We're also looking to see if there's anything that he needs to bring for the next day. And then all that stuff is going back in the book bag. Like, it does not leave the downstairs area or vicinity. We're making sure that his Chromebook is charged and his Chromebook is right by his backpack so that we can remember to get the Chromebook in the morning. It's set by the door. Boom. We're done with that. So we don't have to scramble the next morning trying to figure out, did he get his backpack? Did we sign the folders? Did we do this? Where's all of his stuff at? Now, I will say one time, we did forget the Chromebook. I don't know how we forgot the Chromebook, but we forgot the Chromebook. I think we left it on the chart. I know how we forgot the Chromebook. We asked the kid if it was in his book bag, and he said that it was in his book bag. Should have known that the book bag felt a little too light for the Chromebook to be in there. And so my husband did come back to the house and get it. But that was one time out of the 2 years that he's had the Chromebook. So I think we've done pretty good with that. But just having everything organized in a place for everything helps you to get out the door quicker, just get back in the routine of the hustle and bustle of being back at school. And I actually saw something, I've seen it on Pinterest before, and I thought about doing it, but then I stopped myself because I was like, Angel, you're just trying to spend extra money. You can do this without using that system. But anyways, it was just like a 5-tier, one of those clear bins that you see at Walmart, Target, or wherever. And the person had it labeled Monday through Friday, and every Sunday they would put the kids' clothes out in the bin so that the kid could get the clothes. The cheaper version of that is to just simply pull the clothes out, stack them up on the iron board, or just hang them up in the order that you want them to wear them, or just hang them up so that you know that they have 5 outfits. It doesn't really matter what order they wear them in unless there's like a theme day at school, which happens a lot. That's something else that I'm going to talk about one day. It has nothing to do with organization, but I just want to know why there's so many theme days at school. Why? We did not have all these theme days going up, but I'm going to get off my soapbox about that. We're going to circle back to that at some point in time.
So going back to school is already a crazy and a hectic time, especially coming off the summer where you've just been kind of chilling and you've been relaxing. So if there's something you can do to kind of ease the hustle and bustle of the morning time and reduce some of the stress, go for it. Find out what works for you and what works for your family. Maybe getting the clothes out isn't what takes the longest time in the morning. Maybe it's making sure that the backpack is by the door. Maybe the backpack is what you are always searching for and looking for. So you want to make sure that that's by the door every morning, or the Chromebook or the iPad is in the backpack or right there on top of it. Or maybe it's finding the shoes in the morning, like whatever it is that kind of makes your back to school morning routine a little bit more hectic. Try to get that organized the night before. And another thing that we did last year was we got the bento box for lunch because my son wanted to start taking lunch to school because all of his friends were taking lunch. So he wanted to take lunch for school. So he actually designated which days he wanted to take lunch for school, which was also super helpful. So we knew that I think he did Wednesdays. I know he definitely did Wednesdays. It may have been another day, but he definitely took his lunch on Wednesday. So we know on Tuesday night that we needed to prep his lunch for the next day. So in the bento box, we would go ahead and put his fruit in there. If he was taking pudding, we'd put his pudding in there. We go ahead and pack his bag with his fruit snacks in there. We go ahead and fill up his water bottle. And then the next morning, my husband would just make his sandwich for him. But everything else was packed. You literally just had to make the sandwich. So that cut down on time in the morning. We did the same thing over the summer in camp. So just little things like that, things that you don't necessarily think of will make your life easier. It makes it so much easier. And even with lunch, I do that with myself as well. When I bring my lunch to work the night before, anything that doesn't need to be refrigerated, I just go ahead and I put it in my lunch box. And so then the next morning, I just need to put the refrigerated stuff in my lunchbox and I can be out the door. Now, I will also say that there have been a couple of times that I have put the non-refrigerated stuff in my lunchbox and gotten to work and realized that I've forgotten the refrigerated stuff. So I had a half a lunch, but I made it work. So again, just little tips and tricks to kind of help you out with the hustle and bustle of back to school. So I hope that this helps you. Good luck to all the kiddos out there heading back to school or that have already gone back to school. Good luck to all the parents out there that are in the trenches, where we're in this together. And not only the parents, like shout out to the aunties and uncles and grandparents and friends and the whole village that helps out with the kid. Like, shout out to you all. And I just pray that all of the kids have a safe, blessed, wonderful year, that they learn a lot, that they have fun, they meet new friends, they get to try and experience new things, but most of all, that they are just protected and that they are kept safe throughout this school year. All right, y'all. I will talk to you all on Wednesday. Bye.
Thank you for listening. Please make sure to follow and rate the podcast whenever you listen.